Good morning.
Good morning.
It works. I love it when technology works. I never know. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. My name is Reverend Rob, he, him. And just welcome to everybody who's here, watching online, watching it later, just whatever. Okay. Watching it again.
Yeah.
Taking classes, going to Bali, all the stuff we do. What do we do? What do we do here? We invite up Darlene.
Oh, I forgot I didn't mic. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is a traditional Balinese sarong, actually. I have not been many places, but I have been to Bali. I've never even been to Europe. And I do want to go again because it was so fabulous. So Stephen asked me to pinch hit for the Bali Fun Facts. So the Bali Fun Fact I came up with, because when John and I went, a lot of people were named Wayan. So I was wondering what was going on. So the first child is always named Wayan, whether they're a boy or a girl. Second child is Made. The third child is Naoman. I hope I'm saying that right. And then the fourth child is Ketut. So what do you think happens if there's a fifth child? You guys are so smart.
Pick yourself
Not
up,
only do you
brush yourself off.
Not only do you start over, it's weigh in. Hit it, Dorothy. Okay, weigh in. Balik. I love this. It means return or again or repeat. I just thought, anyway, so I would consider watching that Zoom if you have any impulse to possibly visit Bali, to go with our spiritual family. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And yes, Stephen's asking, we're having our recommitment ceremony, our family day. Please mark your calendars, where we recommit to Stephen and he recommits to us. Don't know if that's the word he's going to use, but I'm using it. And it's a blessed day at the Duck Park. So please register by then if you can. And then what's the next slide? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, go to spirit.tours to look at the Zoom and watch the daily itinerary if you're curious. And now, Rev Rob.
Yay! So, you know that we are a teaching. So we're also a healing teaching. And one of the things we teach is how to heal your life, which means just reveal all the stuff that you want revealed and wipe out all the stuff that you're not in favor of, that doesn't serve you. So there's another class coming up, and if you've taken a class before, then you know that every class is different. This class will be different because it's different people, materials approached a different way, people ask different questions. So sign up on the website. So here's our mission and vision statement, and this is who we are and why we're here. So let's say this together. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here, and here's what we do. Take it away.
So join me in an opening treatment. In this moment, I recognize the infinite presence, the one life which flows through all things. This divine energy is the source of all creation, encompassing all possibilities. It is neither good nor bad, but simply is. The boundless potential that takes form according to our thoughts and beliefs. I acknowledge that this divine energy flows through me and each one here as well. We are one with this infinite source, a unique expression of limitless potential. Our thoughts, intentions, and focus align with the creative power of the universe. shaping our every experience, moment by moment. I realize that my current experience is a reflection of my consciousness. I acknowledge it fully, knowing it is neither inherently good nor bad. It simply is. And in this realization, I claim my power to shift my focus and direct my energy towards what I truly desire: joy, peace, and love. I affirm that this as I turn my attention to these higher vibrations, they manifest fully in my life, filling every corner of my existence with their presence. I give thanks for the awareness of this truth, for the understanding that I am the creator of my experience. I am grateful for the joy, peace, and love that are now flowing right now in this sanctuary, knowing that these divine experiences are always available to each of us. With a deep sense of peace and trust, I release this word into the law, knowing that it is already done. I let go of any attachments to the outcome, trusting in the perfect unfoldment of this service. And so it is.
So it is. Please stand for our congregational song. It's upon me, oh, Spirit of God is 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 upon me, oh, don't need any prodding, don't need any law. Wanna sing with all my heart. God is all in all. Let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free. Blinded by the Spirit. Spirit of God, it's upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is 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 upon me. Oh, yeah.
And now, Cindy.
Good job, Cheryl.
Hello, Cosmic Kids. This is Cindy Joy, your captain speaking. Well, as you kids are going back to school, I wanted to remind you that sharing is caring. And you can share all kinds of things. Of course, you can share your toys. But what can you share that God has given you? You can share, your talents, your hobbies. You can share your love, your joy, your happiness, your feelings. You can share your ideas, your stories. When you share what God has given you, happiness grows. When you share what God has given you, it makes everyone happy, including you, because sharing is a superpower. Yay! So stand up, superheroes, because it's time to blast off. Let's go.
Okay, it's affirmation time. I'll read it once, and then I'll invite you to read it with me. I acknowledge my current experience, and then I turn my attention to what I want: joy, peace, and love. Together. I acknowledge my current experience, and then I turn my attention to what I want: joy, peace, and love. So my reading today, the theme today is neither good nor bad. And so I asked the AI bot to give me an explanation or an analysis of the quote from Shakespeare. The quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet, "There is nothing neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so," reflects a deep philosophical idea about the nature of reality and perception. It suggests that moral judgments and this distinction between good and bad are not inherent in the world itself, but are constructed by human thought. The line is spoken by Hamlet in Act 2, Scene 2, during a conversation with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Hamlet is reflecting on his situation in the state of Denmark. He suggests that his own feelings of despair are not because Denmark is objectively a prison, but because his mind perceives it as such. The quote implies that reality is subjective. How we perceive an event, object, or situation determines whether we view it as positive or negative. This resonates with existential thought, where meaning and value are not inherent, but created by individuals through their experiences and choices. In modern psychological terms, this idea aligns with cognitive behavioral approaches, which suggest that our thoughts influence our feelings and behaviors. By changing our thinking, we can alter our perception of reality and consequently our emotional response to it. Sounds like science of mind there. The quote also touches on moral relativism, the idea that moral judgments are not absolute, but vary depending on the individual or cultural perspectives. What one person or culture might see as good or bad can differ greatly from another's view, emphasizing the role of subjective thinking and moral reasoning. Shakespeare, through Hamlet, challenges the audience to consider how much of what we perceive as good or bad is influenced by our thoughts and beliefs. This quote encourages introspection and recognition that our mental framework play a significant role in shaping our experiences of the world. Thank you, AI Bot.
Thank you, John.
And now Eve.
This morning we have Yve, and she's going to take to the stage for this first song. Come. You need a stand?
No.
No? Okay.
Is this thing on? Oh. Nothing good, nothing bad. Some of you are watching from at home, and Steve's going to watch this later, and he's going to say, Reverend Rambo, pardon me. He's going to say, "What were you thinking?" I wasn't thinking, I was being obedient. So stand up. Stand up.
It's
I'm going to lay this down. You're going to do what I say? Yes, ma'am. You're going to do what I do.
Get rid of that. No, no, no.
Ready? Hands up. Wait, you have to repeat after me. I know some of you are sitting down and you're laughing, but I know where you live. Hands up.
Hands up.
Palms together.
Palms together.
Here's the hook.
A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot.
Okay, you got it? Yeah. You got it? All right.
Hands up. Palms together. A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot. Funk rooster shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot. Together. Elbows together. Rooster shot. Rooster shot. Rooster shot. Hands up. Rooster shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot. Rooster shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot shot. Hands up. Palms together. Elbows together. Toes together. Knees together. Rooster shot. Rooster shot. Rooster shot. Rooster shot. A rooster shot. A rooster shot. Hands up. Palms together. Elbows together. Knees together. Toes together. A rooster shot.
You sung that song this morning, woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. We were moving. We're moving in the spirit. I'm just happy I woke up. And then I thought about spirit. But I woke up to a new adventure. A new adventure this day, this moment. I am happy to be home. And no, I won't be mean. It's on video now. God bless you.
Eve, you took me back to my Boy Scout campouts. We did that. Okay, it is time now for the gap. 3 minutes of silent meditation following the gong.
I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am.
Thank you, Cherie. So I invite you to find your own form of meditation, maybe next time in the mirror with doing a rooster shot. And now it's Yve again.
I'm going to sing a little Southern Baptist hymn. It couldn't get it out. We're going to do it in C, please. I couldn't get it out of my mind this week when I heard when I heard what the sermon was to be. I have learned not to live by my own devices. I just try to stay in the Spirit, not close to it, not beside it, not in front of it, not behind it, because I mess up when I'm in those other positions. Try to stay in the Spirit at all times, and I find myself laughing more and forgiving more. Let's start out the old traditional way, and then we'll swing to Baptist when they look like they can take it. What a fellowship, what a joy is mine, leaning on the everlasting arm. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting. Lean to the left, leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. Leaning on the everlasting arm. Oh, how sweet to walk in this pilgrim way, leaning on the everlasting arm. Oh, how bright the path grows from day to day, leaning on the everlasting. Now lean with me. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. Leaning on the everlasting. Okay. I think they can take it. I see them moving a little bit. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. Leaning on the everlasting arm. Oh, how bright the path grows from day to day, leaning It's with you.
Good morning again. Wow, this is, this is a harder act to follow every time I come up here. So, John, thank you for that. That was a relatively coherent introduction to the talk. But the thing it didn't tell you is how to change, right? Because that's what this teaching is. If you don't like your experience, you can change it. How? Somebody say how? I actually thought I did hear someone say how. More will be revealed. So I want to start with a premise that everyone here is willing to experience more love and more peace and more joy. And if anybody here thinks you've already got so much that you're already full of it and you can't handle any more, yes, I see ya. Give it away, right? Because this is one of those things that the more you have, the more you give away, the more you get, because that's that whole law of reciprocity thing at work. So there is a psychological law that it is done unto us as we believe. People think that's a spiritual law because it's in the Bible, but it's really a psychological law. The secret of life is easy. Believe in what serves you. Believe in what is in your best interest. Maybe I should have said the secret of life is simple because it isn't as easy as it sounds. Another law is that you are what you eat, which can also be stated as you are what you consume. When we talk about you are what you eat, that is literally what happens. You eat, and it becomes your cells in your body, and it becomes your energy to move your muscles so that you can do stuff, right? If it wasn't for the food we eat, we wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't have our bodies. And I was on Facebook, and there was a discussion about how often our cells regenerate. They regenerate because we eat the nutrients that then go into building these new cells. So that's in the body, but it's also true in our thoughts. What we think drastically influences our experience, either at a conscious or an unconscious level. So what we think is what we get on a continuing basis because it really is all in our head. So the interesting thing is that our brain doesn't care where this information comes from. It doesn't care whether it's our own thoughts that we think because we choose to think them, or whether it's something we get from something outside, like the music. So it all goes in there, and our brain just treats it all the same way. So one of my main ways to consume information is to read. I love to read, especially science fiction, and I want to try and read only happy science fiction. I don't want to read about Armageddon or apocalypse or anything like that, because that's not fun for me. So I want to read about how there's a child born with brittle bone disease, but he grows up to become an interplanetary investigator. Ask me about it later if you want to know the series. Or another one where there's a group of aliens, and when you find an alien species, you welcome them in to crew your ship with you. So it's not immediately fighting. So I know that whatever I put into my own personal mind goes into the universal mind, and then the universal mind creates my experience out of what I put into it. And this all happens through the creative process. Dude, it's here every week, all day, all the time. So the bottom is where we live. It's our experience. It's the part of the world that we can see, we can observe, we can affect. The middle part is the law, right? Like the law of circulation, the law of consuming, the law of you get what you think. And then the top part is the mind of God, or our minds. And we can sort of guess what's going on, but it's not as easy to experiment with it as is with the direct laws, the physical laws, the chemical laws. So what I like to put into my mind is nice, friendly science fiction. And so now I'm going to put into your minds some nice, friendly science fiction. Only actually this story would be classified as a supernatural fantasy because there isn't really any science in it. And it's a condensation of a story called The Devil and the Trombone, written by Martin Gardner back in 1948. Okay, here we go. A university professor is walking home late one night from an international diplomacy conference when he hears organ music coming from the nearby college chapel. He goes in and sits down. The music, it's like nothing he's ever heard before. So he goes forward to see who the organist is, and it's an angel. And the angel notices him and then starts to play something different, play something just for him. And as the professor listens, he sees the world is good. Life is good. Death is good. All in life that seems horrible is just a prelude to some greater goodness. And then from the shadows, the devil appears with a silver trombone. And the angel stops, and the devil begins to play. And now the professor sees that goodness is just an illusion. Peace and harmony are false. Disease and war are what is real. And then the angel begins to play again, and the two of them begin to jam together, trombone and organ. And now the professor is excited. There are goals to reach, dangers to avoid. And as he continues to listen, he sees that the age-old problems of political philosophy have simple answers. The jamming goes on, and he finds more answers. Answers to the creation. Answers to the secret, the meaning of life, the secrets of creation. And just as he about to unveil the mystery of God itself, they stop. And the devil says, "Good thing we stopped. Your head was about to explode." And so shaken and trembling, he leaves the chapel and stumbles home. And as he goes into the bathroom to find some aspirin, his wife asks him what he thinks he should do about their misbehaving child. And his answer is, "I have no idea." So what I love about this story is the music that the professor heard vastly changed his experience of life. He's sitting in this room listening to music. Nothing outside the world has changed. Nothing has changed because it's a short time. Not that much changes in a short time. So he's there listening to the music, and it totally changes his experience. And this rings true, doesn't it? You ever see one of those things where they show a clip from a movie without the music, and then they show it with the music? Because the music profoundly changes our experience. So this shows how quickly we can go from joy and wonder into doubt and fear and anger, and how quickly we can go from wisdom into uncertainty just because of what's going on in our heads. So the world around the professor was the same from moment to moment. Outside, the world didn't change. And I think this story is a wonderful metaphor about how much what we think experiences, how much it influences our experiences. Things are happening in our world and in our lives because life just keeps happening. It just is. But what we think about life changes how we experience life. Shakespeare said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." That was the whole thing that John read to us. And it was so right on so many levels. How we think about things is what makes them seem good or bad. And also, the things that we watch, the things that we read, the things that we listen to. So I'm going to try an experiment right now. I'm going to give you some options. I'm going to give you 4 options. So just think of one of them, of something that makes you happy, or something that's peaceful, or think of your favorite place to just hang out, or an activity that you just get lost in. Just pick one, and I'm going to call that your happy thought. Okay, so does everybody have something in mind? Everybody ready? Okay, so we're going to go into like a little mini meditation here. So if you find yourself distracted and going, it's too long, then go back to your happy thought. I practiced on her last night. So I invite you to close your eyes and relax. Feel the chair supporting you. Relax your toes. Relax your ankles. Relax your feet. Relax your calves. Relax your thighs. Relax your butt and let it sink into the chair. Relax your hips. Relax your stomach. Relax your chest. Relax your fingers. Relax your forearms, your arms, shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your face. Relax your tongue. Relax your scalp. Just be totally relaxed and bring your happy thought to mind. And if you drift away from your happy thought, go back to it just like we do in meditation. I'm going to count out about a minute, and we're all going to think our happy thought. Begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Feel the chair supporting you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Aroosta-cha a little bit. And open your eyes and be back with me. So if you're taking Elaine's class on Wednesday nights, you'll recognize that what we just did is setting ourselves up with our parasympathetic nervous system for manifestation. So what we just did will help us manifest the feelings we get when we think of our happy place all the time, whether we're actively thinking about it or not, because we're putting that little by little into our subconscious. And this also reduces stress and inflammation in our bodies. So what we believe is what we get. What we practice is what we get. So we practice in order to change our belief systems so that we believe that we can experience more of what we like. We've already talked about how you can change your own experience depending on what your thoughts are. And different people, and this was something that Jon talked about, different people, different cultures can experience the same event differently because they have been trained to experience it differently. So we project our expectations onto our experiences. We can project fear or excitement, difficulty or ease. The situation hasn't changed, just like with the professor, but our thoughts change. And when that changes, it changes our experience. Becky Chambers says, if we want change or good fortune or solace, we have to create it for ourselves. And it's simple as changing your thought patterns. So this is our spiritual practice, to decide what we want to experience and then to take the actions that lead us to bring that about. We sing God is all in all every Sunday, but do we really believe it? When we're here and we're in this wonderful community and we're listening to great music, we hear interesting speakers, we get to sit with our friends, we get to eat tasty food, right? So there's a lot of support for that, of thinking that, oh, this is a good place, God is here, right? The Spirit of God is upon us. But the thing is, God is all in all. God is everything. So sometimes there might be someone, we don't get to stay here all the time, right? We have to go home or we have to go to work. So when we're at work, there might be someone who's just plain mean. Or you might be having one of those family get-togethers that you have a few times a year where you're with someone that you don't quite see to eye with, and it causes difficulty, and you go, man, God isn't there. You know? Or, let's see, what else have we got? Or sometimes there's people who have different opinions than we do, or we hear of poverty or crime, and we go, well, God isn't there. Except God is all in all. That is our teaching. So God is all in all. This is our teaching, whether we like it personally or not, whether we find it comfortable or not. And it seems that one of the biggest obstacles to this, the biggest, is people with different ideas than ours, or people who support different things than we would support, seems to be a real stumbling block for us. It's one of our biggest challenges. But if everything is divine, then everything is divine, right? So our practice in these uncomfortable situations is to maintain a spiritual and emotional integrity in our discomfort. So we can say, yes, God is present, even here, even with these people, even with these situations, and I can go through this experience with love and peace and joy. That is our spiritual practice, how to do that. So there's a phrase I learned at Asilomar a few years ago, and that I use to deal with uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable thoughts, and it is, suck it up, cupcake. I mean, if this was easy, that's another one. Well, I'm saying the one that I heard. But but you get the basic message, however you describe yourself, suck it up, right? Because life just is. Love what is, right? Byron Katie says that. So if it was easy, everybody was doing it. But everybody's not doing it. So again, it might be a simple concept, but that doesn't make it easy. Sometimes it's really, really, really hard. But we have the tools we can use to change our experiences. We need to take the actions that are in keeping with what we want to experience. We need to be mindful of what we consume, right? Because we're getting that feedback loop going in our head. So in order to maximize my usual state of happiness, I like to read and listen to things that make me happy. And so I like to watch TV shows where the good guys win, because that makes me happy. And I like to make my environment pleasing. I like vintage mechanical watches. I've talked about them before. So this is my 1947 Waltham Vanguard. I can hear it ticking from here. It makes me happy. I've got 2 more at home. And so I can just go and listen to them, and it makes me happy. Is it a silly little thing? Yes. Does it make me happy? Yes. So then does it serve me? Yes. So I invite you all to do the same thing. Find those little things that make you happy. I love to cook. When I cook, I like to experiment with different flavors and textures and temperatures, right? Because it's just fun for me. I like to blend. Yes. So I like to blend my own, for example, I like to blend my own spice mixes. Barbecue rub, curry powder, Moroccan spices, herbs de Provence. You know that some mixes of herbs de Provence have 12? They have 12 ingredients, okay? Some of them only have 5, so it depends what you want to put in it. I like doing that kind of thing. I could go on, but instead I'll try and move on. So I enjoy seeing the sacred in the mundane. That's why sometimes when I am doing my practitioner reading, I will read from a popular song or from a scientific article, because God is all in all. Everything can be seen as a metaphor. Everything is open to interpretation. God is all in all if we have the eyes to see it and the ears to hear it, then we can have the hearts to experience it. Another thing that makes me happy, what? Yes, God is in the machine. Wow, they're laughing. They must be an intellectual audience. Okay, another thing that makes me happy is reading poetry. And this is a poem that Reverend Stephen used for one of his Wednesday night poetry classes. This is When God Kissed the Devil. When I opened my heart, I caught God kissing the devil right there in the bedchambers of my chest. It was quite the scandal and pretty much toppled everything. Right and wrong were like, what? We can do that? And rushed into each other's arms. The affection that began between good and bad would have been fiercely scorned by most of the angels had they been living by the stringent doctrines of their past. But they had already stripped naked and were running through my whole body, whooping and hollering and causing a holy ruckus of pure aliveness. In that moment, every evil touched its original innocence. And I could no longer be bothered by investing my blessed life in the deadening work of judgment. So you can see how we can uplift our experiences when we let go of good and bad and choose to let go of thinking that doesn't serve us. We can choose to think something else. We can practice it. We can relax and think our happy thoughts. And this allows us to change our ongoing experience. So my point in all of this is this. I try to have fun with all the little activities and objects that I have around me, and I invite you all to do that too. And if I make my environment pleasing to myself, so if we each make our environments pleasing to ourselves, we can experience more love and peace and joy. Because Ernest Holmes says, anything the mind thinks, it can unthink. We are at choice. So here's another example. Say you're having an experience you don't like, and you're a good religious scientist. So you do a spiritual mind treatment. You go through your 5 steps. God is all there is. I am one with God and have the same creative power. This is what I want to experience in my life. I am so grateful for it. grateful for it, and I release it. Okay. But now that we've released it, have we really released it? What are we thinking about now? Have you ever started going, well, I sure hope the treatment works this time? Or, but that was a really big issue. Do I need to treat more about it? Or, well, but then he said this and then she said that. Or, oh my God, it's taking too long. It's taking so long. I mean, okay, where are you now? Back in the problem that you don't want. So what do? We turn our attention back to what we do want. Does it serve you to do that? No. So, you know how we sing, I am light, after we do the treatment? Okay. After the revealing prayer, we sing that song, and that is activating our parasympathetic nervous system to go into manifestation, so that what we treat for during the revealing prayer goes into the universal mind for manifestation. So when you finish your treatment, don't turn back to life. Take some time, relax like we did earlier, or feel the peace, feel the contentment, and really anchor your treatment in those good, positive emotions. Salud. Or at least distract yourself. Because remember what Raymond Charles Barker says to do after you do a treatment. Go read a book or watch a movie. Because you want to distract yourself from going back into the thing that you don't want to give any more attention and energy. So, what do you want to experience? And what do you need to do to create that experience? Try and answer those questions sometime today. Because even if your life is already wonderful, yes, thank you, more please, right? Okay. So let's say our affirmation. I acknowledge my current experience, and then I turn my attention to what I want: joy and peace and love. So join me now in our revealing prayer, because we're revealing what's already true. Because it's neither good or bad, it's already there, and we can change it. So we know that God is all in all. God is everything and everywhere. God is beauty and love and light and joy and wisdom and creativity and power. God is all of those things. Therefore, as the inheritors, the descendants of the divine, we have that same spirit. We have all of those same attributes. We have power. We have creativity. We have beauty. We have wisdom. And right now, we take this time to create what we want for ourselves, for this center, and for the world. We create harmony. We create love. We create joy. We create prosperity and peace and safety and justice. We create all the good things. We know what we want to create for ourselves and the community and the world, and we take the actions that are back behind that. The divine inspires us and leads us into what those steps are, what steps to take, what actions. Because this is not a sit on your butt teaching. This is a be the change you want teaching. This is a healing teaching. So I know that people who are uncomfortable in their bodies for whatever reason, that there is a divine presence that heals, that's in our very cells, that can cause our cells to regenerate, to reattach, to heal. And we know that lack and limitation is something that people are experiencing. But we know that we have enough. We have more than enough. And so we give generously. We support those in need because it's part of who we are and what we do. And from this place of being and knowing and serving and receiving and giving out again, we give thanks. We are so appreciative. And we release this word to that law that always says yes to whatever we put into it. Whatever we put into it, consciously or unconsciously, it says yes. So we consciously put all this good into it, and it returns to us as yes, and we accept this. We are this when we say, and so it is.
I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
So thank you for the privilege of letting me speak this morning. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So if you like what's going on here and you want to say, yes, thank you, more please, then here are the ways to keep it going. Visit the website, text the word give, or call the office, or drop something in the basket as it goes by. Because we are a prosperous community. And we affirm this by our saying, divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me now. Divine love prevails.
What I see in the baskets is neither good nor bad. But I am so grateful for what is, and so it is.
I'm surprised everybody knows this song but me. Got here and the band was humming it. Everybody knows it but me. You know it. It's Monty Python's song. Thank you very much and good night. Go ahead, don't stop because of me. I have to get the words. How's that goes? Do you remember how it goes? Oh, always looking good. I'm sorry, she played that last song, it went out of my brain. Stop, how does it go?
Some things in life are bad.
Well, I know they are, but we're not talking about. We're not talking about the verse. I just need.
Really make you mad.
But that's the verse, and I kind of know. I don't know the verse either. Always look on the good side of life. How does that go? Come on, help me. Always look on. Life seems really rotten. There's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly clumps. Just purse your lips and whistle. I don't have any teeth, so, and that's the thing. Sing. Always on the good side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. It's like Disneyland, right? For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. And you must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin and give the audience a grin. Enjoy it. It's your last chance anyhow. So always look on the bright side of life. Come on, children, sing. Always look on the bright side of life. Say that again. Always look on the bright side of life. Oh, you know, you have to hum if you can't whistle. That's some things in life are bad. Oh, they can make you mighty mad. And so other things can make you swear and curse. When you're chewing life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this will help things turn out the best. Sing! Always look on the bright side of do, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get in trouble. I won't be invited back for another year. Always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of when you look at it, life's a laugh, death's a joke, it's true. You see, it's all a show. Keep laughing as you go. Just remember, the last laugh's on you. Oh. Always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side. Fade it like we did on the recording. Fade it like we did on. Always look on the bright side of life. I hope this is stuck in your head for the next 2 months. Always look on the bright side of life. I love you, Simi Valley.
Always look on the bright side of death. Oh, actually, it was like this. Okay. Takes a lot of people to make this thing happen. So we have our service team lead, Costa Francides. Yay! Our service team, Kathy Burt, Becca Laws, and Gloria Molina. Outdoor signs and stage wrangler, Glenn Buckley. Live stream, we have Greg Seymour and Olivia D. Slide operator, Kathy Morgan. Cosmic Kids, Cindy Joy and Tracy Carborn. Office, Lane Taylor and Cheryl Robinson Collins. Did you know? Fellowship, Costa and Cherie and Lisa and Jack. So we are very abundant with food. Our practitioner of the day, Jon Newbill. Yay. Our musical guest, Yve Evans.
Yeah.
The Soul Purpose Band, Steve Fowler, Bob Tanley, Randy Jones, Lane Taylor, and Cheryl Robinson Collins. And our cleaning crew, Kathy, Denise, Reverend Nancy, and Gloria. And anybody who got left off, go speak to Darlene. I just work here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Benediction? No? But wait, there's more?
Me again.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's still on. Hi. I want to thank Rev Rob for being the reviest, most rev of all revs. I love seeing you blossom into your greatness and your essence and showing us your genius. And
Yes, and everybody loves my shirt. Thank you. It's a Via Rapati.
Can you go back one, please, Dorothy? Backwards? Thank you. Okay. So we want to give you a heads up. 3 weeks from today, please, if you don't have plans, plan on being at the Duck Park. There are more details coming, but some of you I've seen there. Some are new. So it's a really blessed event celebrating Reverend Stephen and us as a community, like I mean, I call it a commitment ceremony, sort of, but it's in the park and we're having a picnic and it's so fun.
Yay!
So we're telling you ahead of time. I'm going to thank Alex. Alex does the amazing graphics. She's not here today. Thank you, Alex.
Yay!
Beautiful. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is a fundraiser we have coming up on September 21st, because people often say, oh my gosh, I would have gone to the last one, but I didn't have it in my calendar because you didn't tell me in time. So I'm telling you, a guy who's really handsome and has an amazing wife, Jon Bellis. Jon Bellis, my stepson Julian, and Lynn, their voices together are amazing. Their harmonies, 3-part harmonies to Eagles, Beatles, Tom Petty, Sublime. I mean, it's a really eclectic set. They donate their time because they love our spiritual center, and we want to fill this room up to have a fun. And it's cool because a lot of us were dancing last night to the band. We had so much fun with the band. And it's nice to be here where you can hear the lyrics and their voices. It's like an unplugged situation. So I could go on and on, but please join us for Peaceful Easy Evening on September 21st. Bring your neighbors and friends. It's a great way to share the vibe of our sanctuary, your music-loving neighbors and friends. So thank you for letting me speak. I think now we're going to Jon Newbill.
Jon Newbill.
I'll be at the door.
Yay!
If you would like a quick treatment.
Okay.
That's it?
No.
No?
La caja.
Oh, the prayer box, yes. And, if you would like to write out a little request, put it in the prayer box, and I'll pick it up and distribute it to the entire E-team. So,
That's right.
am I done now?
What about the website? Can they ask for prayer requests on the website?
Oh, yeah, they can ask for prayer requests on the website, too.
Are there any ways that they could get our individual numbers?
I think we have cards out there.
We do.
Yeah. Am I done yet?
Should we let them be done?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're never done. You're a practitioner.
Well, once you're a practitioner, you're always a practitioner, but you may go back to your seat. That's true. They're all practitioners, trained or untrained.
Yeah.
But uh-oh.
It's time.
See, ministers with microphones
I know.
and practitioners. I hear that some of you are going to be practitioners your own selves. So there's a practitioner track. There's a series of classes you need to take to be a practitioner. So we have both done them. And that's why we get to be up here and talk. So if you have a fear of public speaking, you'll get over it. Foundations is coming up, which is the first step.
That's probably why they call it foundation.
It does provide a good platform to build upon.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm done. Let's go on.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
read.
it.
Yeah, but I like to go like this.
You can go like that. I'm gonna
Okay. Shall we read this together now so we can, because you want to get us off the stage now, right? And Cherie's going, Okay. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
All right. We're doing the peace song today.
That's right. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our center.
See you next week.
We're not doing the other.